All right, quiet down, please. I am Professor Paul Dropper, and today we shall be looking at the history of local mythologies developing around crimes, specifically serial killers. More specifically, we shall discuss development of a very recent incarnation of society's fears, the character known as the climate emergency heavy-handed metaphor Hitman. According to legend, the climate emergency heavy-handed metaphor Hitman seeks revenge on those who have caused environmental damage of some kind, despite knowing the science had irrefutably proven the need for corrective measures to save the planet. The Hitman was initially rumoured to be the result of Greta Thunberg dressing up as John Wick while attending a fancy dress party at the Paris Climate Accord signing. She is alleged to have gotten pissed on alcoholic yak's milk and gone on a rampage slaughtering 17 UN ambassadors. Now this has been repeatedly fact-checked and debunked and was simply a smear thrown out by the Daily Mail randomly one day to distract from gigantic oil company profits. Yet it still remains part of the conspiracy theory discussions. Similarly, there is no evidence to support the idea that the group known as Extinction Rebellion sacrificed a banker to the devil in order to raise the Hitman from the pit and carry out vengeance on polluters. Nor is there any valid basis to the idea that George Monbiot has gone rogue Batman style. Nevertheless, there is a large collection of similar testimonies connected to a number of deaths. That the victim was set upon by a suited figure that proceeded to viciously attack and finally kill them whilst lecturing them on their prior environmental folly. A perpetrator has never been caught, and as such, over time the myth developed that the Hitman could be summoned. You say his full name 3 times whilst looking at your reflection in a polluted river. Yes, you have a question.
Yeah, are there any connections between the victims?
No connection's been found so far. The randomness is thought to be a dimension of his heavy-handedness. That all of humanity shares blame and that he doesn't differentiate between an oil tanker spill or dropping a crisp packet. But let's not get carried away, as in reality we have a human serial killer at play here, not a ghost story. There are real victims. Lives have been lost. Yes, you at the back.
Is it true your father Michael was killed by the Hitman?
Yes, thank you. Settle down, please. Yes. My father was indeed gunned down in his own home, and police believe the person known as the Hitman was responsible. Which is why I have dedicated my research to dispelling this mythology, so that the perpetrator can be caught rather than being elevated to some kind of twisted folk hero.
Did your dad burn rubbish in his garden?
No, of course he didn't.
I bet he had shares in Shell and BP.
That's not true. He was very diversely and responsibly invested.
How many flights did he take a year?
Look, that's enough. I will not stand here and listen to you all insult my father's memory. He was a good man, I tell you. This lecture is over. Bloody kids. Trivializing this. Oh, it's so easy to believe in the boogeyman rather than a madman. Oh, this isn't working. I need air. Oh, the smell out here is awful. I can literally see the turds floating by. Maybe I should... No, don't be stupid. You can't give legitimacy to this. It's horrific and it's silly. The climate emergency heavy-handed metaphor Hitman. The climate emergency heavy-handed metaphor Hitman. The climate emergency heavy-handed metaphor Hitman. Oh, holy shit!
You said my name.
You gotta be kidding me!
So you think the environmental threat is just a game, huh?
Ow!
Just a spooky story for Halloween? Think you can treat climate collapse like some sort of cheap scare tactic to make your kids pick up your litter rather than pay refuge collectors and street maintenance staff enough to live on? Hey, look at me. I think the end of civilization is a big joke, but I'm the big brain guy that said I told you so on his Facebook page, so it's okay.
Fuck!
Well, guess what, chum? It's time to pay up.
Please, stop. Don't hurt me anymore. I don't want to die like my dad did.
What did you say? Look at me! Holy crap! You're Mike's kid, right?
You remember him?
Sure I do. He taught me a lot of things about the political and economic climates and how they hold back a lot of progressives. He was a nice guy.
You shot him in the face.
Yeah, well, he also refused to get proper loft insulation and insisted on steak every night. So, fuck that guy. He had it coming.
That is too militant a line to take if you want to achieve change.
There ain't no time for baby steps, baby boy. The play nice routine ain't getting an audience. Shit's getting very real very fast. You see the temperatures we had so far this year? The drought?
I know.
And how does your government respond? They fly abroad to get a holiday and ignore it. That trust woman said she wanted to clear the landscape of solar panels and wind farms because she didn't like the look of them. Would she prefer to see the bodies piled high?
Well, I wish I could categorically say no, but...
And as for the rivers, Jesus Christ on an electric bike. They ain't even pretending to give a shit whilst they fill 'em with shit. Actual shit. Direct from the assholes to watering holes. Gee, I wonder why polio's coming back, you dumb fucks.
I know, but you can't just go around killing people.
Hey, I'm just working on a faster time scale than you doing it for yourselves.
Oh, I see. That's the heavy-handed metaphor.
They never fucking learn.